and welcome to a very special edition, a Mother's Day edition of my Filipino adventure. As you can see here, it's kind of chilly and overcast, and I'm outside trying to do some yard work. It's kind of like they call it like an Arctic breeze or something coming through here, but it was, almost 80 degrees a couple days last week, and now it's, we had snow the other day. So it's Michigan weather for you. So I think coming up the next few weeks, we're going to have some good weather. So let me show you what I'm doing out here today. So in the front of the house, when I first moved in, these lilies, they're like a tiger or orangey yellow lily. They just grow natural around here. I've got all that woods in the back of my house, and they just grow there back in the woods. So I dug up some of the bulbs, and I planted about 20 of them up here, and they just kind of multiplied, and they're just getting out of control. So I'm going through here and weeding and pulling out all the debris, and I'm going to show you what we bought to plant. It's over here somewhere. Here we go. We bought some of these Dutch irises. So I got 15 bulbs for $3, and so I'm going to put those 15 across the very front here. So we'll have hopefully some purple plants and some of the orange and yellow plants in the background. So maybe midsummer, it's going to look awful pretty. So I know what you're really thinking. What's the update with my awful neighbor next door? Let's go take a peek. So I don't know, he's always out doing something. He's changing stuff around. So these cars were gone at first. Now they're back out there. Now, neither one of those have plates. And one says for sale and the other one doesn't. But I don't think they should be there. And over there is his PT Cruiser. That doesn't have any plates on it. And over here, what did he do something over here? There was something over here that he moved, I think. See all this junk here? There's always garbage comes from his side and flows into my side. Yeah, he put a log out here to mark the property line. Now the log's gone, so I don't know what's going on. You can still really see where his kids drive over my lawn. Oh, there he goes. He always buys this stuff that's just cheap and old. He's always buying a ton of it. So he's got these old jet skis. So that's, I think, was parked over there. Of course, they're in the front lawn now. Everything's in the front lawn. Music-wise, he's been pretty good after I had that little shouting match with him the other day. But then last night, it started up again. It wasn't super, super loud, so I didn't freak out. But I could hear it coming right through. And it's not like it's super piercing loud. It's just that bass that comes right through the wall. And somebody asked, if I build a garage, how would that stop the noise? Well, see, he parties in his garage right there. And that boom, boom, boom goes right here to this. And this is my living room wall right here. So this kind of goes right through the wall, and that's where my TV's at. Because other parts of the house, sometimes, all depends how loud it is. If we go in the bedroom, sometimes we can't hear it. And some nights we can hear it, even in our bedroom, which is always this last window up here. So it goes through the whole house. What can you do? Anyway, I'm going to show you in the backyard in a bit and see what we're going to be working on as soon as the weather turns. Planting some of these irises. There's 15 of them, so I don't have that many. It says to plant them 4 inches deep and in clusters, but we're going to say a cluster is 2, since I want them to spread them apart here. So it's 4 inches, and I say point them up. I'm not much of a gardener, so this is all new to me. So it's about 4 inches deep. Cover them up. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? And I'll just go until I run out here. So hopefully I'll have them spaced evenly enough so they'll go across the front. Well, I'm going to get back to it. Sure, I'll quiet you. We planted a couple trees here last year. Shh. My dog. Neighbor's dog. They're okay. They're barkers. They just love to come up to the fence. We had 2 white ones too. They're pretty nice. Anyway, We planted a couple trees here last year. There was just like sticks in the ground. And I was confused to which one was which until now, because I could see the apple blossoms. So this is our apple tree. It's grown pretty good. Just put it in there last year, if you remember the video. And then this right here is a pear tree. So I figure, why plant a tree that doesn't produce fruit? So if you're gonna plant something in the front yard, you know, these trees here were here when I got here, but apple tree and a pear tree, nice to get some fruit. Anyway, so I've got all the bulbs planted across the front here. So we'll just have to wait and see how they pop up. Now here, this is an ornamental grass. It's just starting to come up now. I like ornamental grasses. I think they're pretty and they fill up a lot of space. And here's another one. Well, the problem was last year, Yna was out here trimming and cleaning up, and she just thought these were weeds. So she just kind of mangled this one to death when I caught her. I said, no. This was a big, nice, full one too, and it looked pretty wimpy last year because, like I said, she thought it was a weed tree. So I'm going to take this wheelbarrow full of junk and put it on the fire pit, and then I'll show you the backyard, what we're doing. Back. We got this tilled up, but I'd like to add a couple bags of peat moss so it's a little fluffier. But up here we just throw all of our refuge, all of our food scraps and eggshells and stuff just right over here into this. And so it composted. This soil is really good. I have high hopes for this little patch. So I got the rototiller out. I started coming down here. So that's my plan, is to make a swatch just big enough to plant one vegetable every 12 inches or so, or whatever I'm planting. Last year this just ended as a straight line to the wall. So I expanded that. Same thing here, I tilled it once, and I don't want to keep on tilling it because I know once you get those microbes living in the soil, you shouldn't disturb them, but I still have some additives to put in here. I want to put another couple bags of manure in here and 2 or 3 bags of peat moss in here and till it up. So, because this ground gets really hard and I want it to stay a little fluffier. Then over here, we rototilled this up. If you watched Yna's video, you saw it. And what I want to do is I want to put either a PVC or a wood frame that goes up over, not against the wall, but a foot away from the wall. And then we've got this netting here. We've got 3 of these. And I'm going to string that across there so the cucumbers and stuff can grow up in. And then same thing over here. I like to put maybe 1 net across here for the beans. Over there, the cool crops do, because that doesn't get a lot of sun. And I was thinking of going up here and tilling a section all the way up here, just wide enough to put tomato plants and have them grow up against the fence. Speaking of fence, this is the fence that my neighbor was supposed to take down. It's still here. I guess I'll have to do it myself. And I'll have to go through and lower these so they make kind of like a gradual pitch down. So there we have it. We'll go inside and I'll show you all the stuff we started to get planted. This was all full of these trays, but they're getting so big I've transplanted them. But we've got, all these are from seeds. This year we started everything from seeds. So we got some peppers, 3 different types of peppers, cantaloupe. We got some sunflowers back there. We got some beans, some Chinese long beans in the back there. Started some cabbage and some okra. That's broccoli there. These are some peas. And they're getting so big that I had to transplant them. So that's broccoli and peas there. These are from last year. We kept them indoors, our peppers, and they're still alive. They're even producing a pepper or 2, I think. Nina said there was a pepper. So it might be some, oh, there it is right there. There's a couple of them, look. So that's been going a whole year inside. The rest of these are ones we start from planting seeds. These ones right here are beans, and they're already flowering. So yeah, you get these in the ground. some peas, some cucumbers. These are some tomatoes, some cherry tomatoes and some beefsteak tomatoes. Yellow squash. We got green onions, walking onions, or spring onions, I think they call them there, and then some carrots. So we've got all this stuff ready to go to get transplanted out into our garden here, but we're just waiting for, today's Mother's Day, so they say you can plant after Mother's Day, but I'm watching the weather this week. Sometime this week we're going to get this stuff in the ground as soon as I get the rototiller out and put the peat moss and the manure in. So that's our garden update.